Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sallystampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you my giant triangle box. So I think it might have been last month I brought you my, I can't even remember what I called it now, maybe my small triangular gift box or something, or little treat box, something like that. So I literally just doubled the sizes and made it huge, and I love it. I love the DSP on it. I love the patterns, and my favourite of all is this gorgeous vellum layer that, if you noticed then, is only stuck on with one corner so that you can slide the ribbon off and fill it with whatever treats you want to, and then obviously put the ribbon back on. Because it's vellum, you can't add loads of stuff behind it because you can see it, but equally I love it. So let's make it. You're going to need two pieces of cardstock for this one. One that is 10 by 8 1/4 and one that is 8 by 8 1/4. So 10 by 1/4 is 25 by 21 centimetres and the smaller is 20 by 21. So, oh no, I've left my scoreboard in the living room. Bear with me just 1 second. I can't believe I did that. I thought I'd brought everything I needed back in, but I'd actually left it in there. Ridiculous of me. Right, so larger piece then. We'll go with the larger piece first. So 10 by 8 1/4, 25 by 21. So on the, okay, no, it's fine. You're going to score them both the same actually. So you're going to score at 4 and 8, rotate clockwise and score at 4 and 8, which is 10 and 20 centimetres. Then with your other piece, we're going to do exactly the same. So 4 by 8, rotate clockwise, and then it'll just be a 4 because you're already on the edge at number 8 there. Okay. Once you've done that, we'll then fold and burnish all of these lovely score lines. And then I'm going to do exactly the same with this one. And then, after you've done that, you then need to do some cutting. So, make sure on both of your pieces that you have these thin strips on the right hand side. That's the important part. Okay. So for this piece that is just the 4 squares with the strip, you're going to cut up this with the thin bit on the right. We're just going to separate these squares here, like so, and we're going to remove this skinny section here. Just a little wedge there and a little wedge just there. Okay, pop that to one side for a second. Bringing in this piece, we're going to repeat the same at the bottom here. So this thin strip's on the right. So we're going to cut up this piece here. And then we're going to cut away this thin strip here. Okay. With this piece here then, we are now going to cut the top sections in half. So rotate it so that your thin strip is on the left. We're going to cut down here, and then we're going to cut away this thin piece here that's not next to that thin bit. So we're going to cut that away too. It's not a very straight line, that at all. So if you want to use your trimmer, then by all means do use your trimmer, that's better. And then we're going to cut away this little bit here as well. And again, back in with a small wedge on there. So you should now have this, you should now be looking at this thin strip of adhesive down here, and I'm going to use wet glue just because I don't want to be messing with Seal Plus overlapping and all that, so I'm literally just going to use some wet glue on here. When it comes out, it's going to come out in a sudden gush now, isn't it? You'll see. There we go. So a little bit of adhesive on there, and we're going to pop these two together. Make sure everything's lined up, so make sure this score line's lined up and your edge is lined up with that score line. Okay. Before I move any further now, I'm just going to bring in my lovely trio punch here and just round these corners. Just do that then and it's done, because I will forget, you know what I'm like. Okay, and then we're just going to put some adhesive now. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're not going to do that yet. We are going to get that blinking ruler, and we are going to find the centre part of this one, which in my case is 2. Yours will be 5 centimetres, so 2 inches, 5 centimetres. Mark the centre, and we're going to score from the bottom corner up, and likewise here. And then the same again on this end one. So find your centre point. So 2 centimetres, 2 inches, 5 centimetres. Right, so thankfully that's the ruler bit done. Can give these a bend if you want to, but as you know they will automatically go anyway, but if you give them a bend you can also give them a quick burnish and it will just make that that fold a little cleaner. Like so. And now, oh no, I'm getting so excited about making this, it's ridiculous. You then need your DSP. So on the original box, as you can see, I've used the B-side, as I call it, on the side panels, and I've actually used the pattern on the lid. So you can do it either way. You can either have patterned on the lid and plain on the sides, or you can reverse it and have it that way. Either way is up to you. I'm going to go with the larger panels in the plain, I think. Just when you do this, ask me how I know, just ensure you pay attention, because I got so carried away. Yes, let's stick the DSP on, and then I put adhesive on the wrong side, so all of it was the same. So yeah. So these two panels are 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 inches, or 9.5 by 9.5 centimetres. And this little one for the top is 3 3/4 by 1 3/4, or 9.5 by 4.5 centimetres. Don't forget to round your edges before you stick this on. So pop this one on here. And now I think we can adhere it together. So again, bit of nice little wet glue on here. Come on. Don't just splurge out. And then you can fold this over like so and join it up. Press it down. Exciting. Right, now we just need to do the base. So the base I'm going to pop... Oh, crumbs. Okay, maybe my adhesive needs to hold a bit longer. Is that better? Has that done it? Okay, we'll try again. So, pop that side in there, and I actually do like to add a bit of adhesive onto these bits here. So side in, just make sure they're square. Back part in next, and then last but not least is the front part, which, there we go. Turn it over, press it down. Okay, and then the annoying bit now, and I have the gorgeous frayed ribbon. So it's white frayed ribbon. I just love this. It's just really soft and fluffy and nice. Okay, so you've got your box there. You're just going to push these two parts in here and then fold your lid over. How pretty is that? So then we're just going to fold this up, cut that bit there, and then just tie your knot on top. I find that as lovely as this ribbon is, you can't quite tie a bow because it's a little bit thick and chunky, but it makes really pretty knots. So as tight as you can to keep that lid closed, and then obviously we're just going to retie this, double knot it. There we go, and then trim these down. Okay, so there's your basic box made up, super pretty, and now we need to decorate it. So I'll bring in the good stuff now. The gorgeous faux sea glass shapes. My square of vellum that is 7.5 by 8.5 centimetres, some coloured card for my die cuts and some white for my sentiment. I also need my tropical layers dies, so I'm going to go with, I need this lovely long piece here. I want this one for that piece, this is Old Olive, and that one for my Calypso Coral. So I'll move that to one side. Okay, so I'm going to put those to one side for a second, and those. I'm going to bring in my Big Boss because I'm going to cheat a little and put both these through at the same time. Just making life a little easier. In fact, I'm going to cheat even more, because I'm going to bring in this strip of white as well, and this is the edging. So I've actually got it on the edge of the sentiment, and I've also got it on the edge here of my vellum. So let's shivvy that down a little bit and put that on there, and then the white's going in, and I don't need a massive amount of space as long as it stays straight, because then I can stamp and cut around it. So, like I said, it's just easier using the Big Boss just to do all of these cuts at once. When I'm making my original, I generally, for things like this, I will use the small one just because it's easier and I don't know what I'm using, so I literally just run it through. Okay, so this side, and I'm just pointing the tips of the triangles to the edge of the vellum. Slam that top piece on, run it through, and then literally just take that and rotate it round to go on this edge. And if memory serves me correctly, the 8 centimetres is actually the width, because by the time you've done the die cutting, it's potentially a square. So yeah, I just did the 8 centimetres to be the width of the vellum. Right, get rid of that, get rid of that little bit of rubbish, pull that out, and now get rid of this and assemble. So there's my pretty vellum. I then have these lovely die cuts. So I'm just going to pop these out. And then, do you know, sometimes I make these things in advance and then I can't remember what I've used to adhere stuff. But I'm fairly confident with this. Yes, I used some wet glue. And I just went along the stem, if you like, of the plant. And then just added little bits to the edges where it's a bit thicker. You can use those adhesive sheets as well if you wanted to, but I usually forget and then I get frustrated that I've forgotten because I've already done my die cutting. So that, yeah, that's the right way around. That is that. If you want to set it down, just put a block on it for a minute to add some weight. And then I'm just going to pop that out of there and that out of there. Back in again with my wet glue. As I say, more so just sort of on the prominent points that will stick up. So that I will now stick just on there, and again I'm just going to use my block to press that down. Also I've got an itch on my eye. And then last bit is to bring in this lovely piece here. What colour? I might use some mango, where is it? Mango Melody for my sentiment. So bring that in. Okay, my brain has stopped working. Where's my stamp gone? Okay, I need my stamp. It's on my shelf. Oh, what a day. Back in with my thank you, which I'm going to line up because I need to make sure I get straight on here. And then I'm just going to stamp this onto there. I think I need some ink in there. And I'm just going to trim this down. Just take a little bit off the top because I don't need all of that. Take that off there. Then I want some dimensionals on here. And this will sit now just at the bottom of the vellum. Just there. My beautiful faux sea glass shapes. And I just love how you can just sort of randomly pick these to go on anywhere, really. I just think they're fun. There we go. And then the last part then is to stick this on. So as I said, I wanted it so that you could still obviously open the lid, you could still get to slide the ribbon off. And so I just simply used where the vellum is, one there, and I'm actually going with what's on my sentiment. And if you line it up at the bottom of your box as well, you can also see just where your ribbon comes to. Take these off and then simply pop it on the front. If you want to double check, just have a little glance underneath, slide the ribbon out of the way. But as I say, I love the fact that this stays in place with just that little bit of a dimensional there. And there they are. I love those. I think they're really pretty. Giant triangular boxes. Thanks for joining me. See you all soon. Bye.